Welcome to the Shan Discussions. Today is March 20th, 2012. I'd like to thank all the people who have commented on anything related to the Shan Discussions, Shan Club, and just trying to bring conscious awareness to a lot of the crimes that are being committed by our elected officials. I understand that for many people, when it comes to the discussion of religion or politics, many people shy away from it. We must never allow our religion to be used as a tool to manipulate us on our political decisions. And this is the threat that I see that is happening to the United States, to this country. Our elected officials are using religion as a tool to manipulate people, the same way religion is used as a tool to rationalize the crime of Israel being established over Palestinian land taken from people due to oppression and slavery, and then given to whom desired, because it was desired, without consideration of the people, and the conflict that have cost so many lives to this day. These things that we try to pretend that it's someone else doing it other than ourselves. In the United States of America, the people are the government. So if anyone says the government has done something, that means the people have done it. So we are confronted with these facts. What are we going to do about them? The wars that are going on right now, all of the people are saying, we don't want war. The governments, these elected representatives that have claimed power, are saying, well, there needs to be war. Why? All the people are saying they don't want war. So why are these few people sending our men and women, other people's children, to their deaths? Why are the same companies and their associates profiting from these crimes? We are doing this consciously. We're consciously ignoring the crimes being committed by our officials because they're not directly affecting us. Barack Obama signed the National Defense Authorization Act December 31st, 2011. This crime that is being done upon these human beings in Guantanamo Bay can now be done to United States citizens. So we are authorizing this crime upon ourselves. I want to take a moment to comment on the understanding that I am taught as a person growing up, understanding Christianity, understanding Islam, and what I'm being told. The source of life is far away. What do you mean the source of life is far away? Far back? How far? Well, far beyond anything, way beyond the heavens, beyond light, beyond so far away, we don't even know how to get there. So now they add to it. He has left instructions in this book. You're saying the source of life is gone far away, but for me, the source of life has always been ever present. So where could the source of life has gone for me to think that all of a sudden my whole life have to change because you're saying here's a book with instructions? The people who wrote the book have passed away, alright? And the people who it's talking about passed away long before them. If I don't want to partake in this point of view that you are sharing, right? Now I have to be threatened. Not only am I told the source of life, right, that I've always given my reverence to, is gone far away, I must follow instructions that I'm given, and if I don't follow the instructions I'm given, I will forever be damned and punished and suffer. You have people with agenda, and they're using the structure of the government and they're enforcing it with religious manipulation. Ask yourself the things you're being asked to do. What would God want with slaves is the first question every slave is asking. I didn't believe the way I was told to believe, so now I have to be a slave? God said that? In what book? But this is the primary question, the final question of all. How can I verify what I am being told? Have faith. It will eventually happen. Why would God need to commit crime to make what God wants to happen? I understand people don't want to face the reality of what they profess to believe. If you profess to believe the source of life have created us with free will and have told us if you choose to do what is proper and productive, you will find proper and productive future. And if you choose to do what is improper and unproductive, you will find an unpleasant and destructive future. This is primary. Look at what is happening now. Guantanamo Bay is a crime. People being held without representation. It's hard enough just being held, but to be held without being able to defend yourself from what you're being accused of. That's slavery. It is the representation that is the foundation of everything that liberty and justice requires. How are you going to have justice if you can't have representation? How are you going to protect your liberties if nobody can speak on your behalf and you're being held against your will? That's slavery. And we're here authorizing it. When we authorize the National Defense Authorization Act, you're committing a crime in the name of God. And you know you committed a crime in the name of God, and you're rationalizing it by saying, well, it's better we do it to them than for them to do it to us. We are responsible. People need to understand when it says one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all, God in that statement means the citizens. That's what it means. Because you can't go to your congressman and say, Jesus says, listen to me, separation of church and state. You can't go to your senator and say Allah, he'll say, no, 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 no. Separation of church and state. One nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Oh, that's the citizens of the United States of America, the guardians of democracy. That's you. That's me. We're that God. And it has nothing to do with how we give reverence to the source of life that we know we all came from. We all came from a source. That's fact. What are you talking about? Stuff was here. We came here and saw stuff. Stuff didn't come here to see us. Ron Paul is speaking the facts that we all recognize to be the facts. But we discriminate in ways to find not to support him by even supporting people we know are liars and deceivers. We know Obama lied and deceived the people. We know Mitt Romney lies and deceives the people. He's called Mr. Two-Face. I see this as a harmful thing to us as a people, because society is the way as we build it, as we make it. Now our elected officials are committing crimes openly in our eyes. We can't say well people are committing crimes and we don't know who anymore. They're now in the White House. They're now in Congress. Imagine that as a cushy job. You come to work and you take your boss's money, pay your boss what you want, and you don't do what your boss wants you to do. You let other people pay you to do what they want you to do. And the higher the payer, the faster the job gets done. And we know they're doing this crime. And we're pretending as if we have to pray for a day when someone else can stop the criminals we keep allowing to commit the crimes. We all acknowledge the facts that we are all free. It is our will that controls the results of our actions. sometimes we find ourselves with an outcome other than was intended. But the situation dictates that we look on what the facts are. And the facts are the people are hurting and the officials are committing crimes. We have the power to stop them. Who is going to represent you if you're not even allowed to represent yourself? You must have representation. This is the foundation of freedom, and we can't allow that to be touched by anyone. On any side, all the people don't want war. So who are we fighting? This is complacency. It is a fear of taking responsibility in the worst way. To throw yourself in your work is easier than dealing with the crimes that's being committed. And now their crimes have become so destructive that it's now damaging the foundation of the society itself. And they don't care, because as far as they're concerned, whoever the most wealthiest and powerful is will dictate how the future is going to be. So they're going to make sure it's themselves. And we're watching them doing it and pretending we don't see. That's why I like my satires. Who are you when your words are not worth anything? How can you trust? And who can you trust to represent your life interests? The trusted liar can bring down a civilization, and this may be why a liar is worse than a thief. But we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Liberty does not mean that man can make the universe into what man desires. Liberty means that man can live their life the way they want to without harm to self or others. The will to die is not the same as the will to sacrifice. This is the barrier. One is good, the other is the extreme. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives. The Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments when sitting for that purpose. They shall be on oath or affirmation. When the President of the United States is tried, the Chief Justice shall preside, and no person shall be convicted without the concurrence of 2/3 the members present. Judgment in case of impeachment shall not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States, but the party convicted shall nevertheless be liable and subject to indictment, trial, judgment, and punishment according to law. Stop committing crimes in the name of capitalist democracy. This is the Ron Paul message. over your feet, or who you think I am or who I think I might be. Facts in your eyes, that's why you can't see the disguise. You hold the lie to plain meat, while the meek playing weak, counting cash from the sheep, and the sheep's claiming they can't see the meek eat, but the meek eat meat, put luxury at feet. Fly to save time to drive across streets, but Guantanamo don't know their life ease. They need not for cheese and milk to feed children. I often thought someone changed the trash bin, trash for a bag outside, leave for trash men. I look past the shining lights. I look past the shining lights. Look.